Hey, Mike, make sure everyone has brown gloves.
Does everyone have brown gloves?
Dude.
You know what that means?
No.
Last week I made that our official
I
intro
know, I'm just...
for WWE Raw Talks Live.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
But now you know what it's time for. I got to promote the show a little bit, so you got to vamp it up. You got a good swoop going on there.
Oh, I got it. I don't want it then.
What are you doing? You had the best swoop.
This is how I do shows.
You had one of the greatest swoops of all time.
Too bad. It wasn't a good swoop.
Are you going to do the whole show like this?
Yes. I don't know.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
I feel it, and it's like...
Vamp a little bit.
Get going.
Vamp a little bit while I promote. You got to kill the volume
The
real
thing
quick.
with my hair is I feel like I gotta get a haircut.
I
Gotta trim my beard. The beard is fine, don't you think? Like the actual beard part is fine.
Yeah, I actually like it when you go a little longer.
I just gotta trim my neck. Look at this neck situation I got. It's too much. It's starting to irritate. I can do that on my own, but my plan was I was gonna go get my hair cut on Sunday yesterday, and I would have them do my beard up. You know, it's a couple extra dollars, but it's get it all done in one thing, one time. It's convenient. But daylight savings time happened. My phone is a piece of shit, and it didn't switch, so I slept an extra hour, and then I decided not to get my hair cut. I blame it on my phone not working, but I still had plenty of time, so I really can't blame my phone.
But you know, sometimes you have to go through.
Well, like I woke up at like noon, which I think is a reasonable time to get up on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But I actually got up at 1.
So why'd you lie to me?
No, I thought I was getting up at noon.
Oh, because of the daylight
my
savings
phone
time.
said noon. I was like, this is cool, but it was actually 1. And then I was hanging out in my room, and it was 3:30, according to me. But then my dad told me it was 4:30, and I'm like, I am 1 hour closer to death than I thought I was.
Yeah.
And this is depressing.
What if you had not woken up at all?
Then I'd be as close to death as I was going to get. I'd be past death.
You would have been as close to death as you
Once
were
you're
get.
dead, you're there. What is that? Who's that one?
That's Candice LeRae. She'll be at the next freelance wrestling show at the Abbey Pub, April 10th.
April 10th.
Which I'm going to be able to go to.
Oh, cool.
Because the situation in which I thought was going to be
what about this one?
A problem? That's a surprise for later.
We can't do that on the show.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, let's...
Because I was going to go without you. I wasn't going to miss 2 in a row.
Well, I didn't intend on missing any of them in a row. Or any of them at all. But due to circumstances out of my control...
We'll get the DVD on freelancewrestling.com so we can catch up with the storyline.
Well, see, one issue that I'm seeing right here is I didn't update the description for this video, so it's last week's description. So vamp a little more.
You were talking about Jon Stewart.
Vamp a little more for me.
I was I was wondering if Jon Stewart was going to show up tonight.
I think that's over.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, because now, well, I don't want to spoil. I don't want to talk about Raw yet. But Jon Stewart, I don't ever watch The Daily Show, but like every once in a while, somebody will post something, like on Facebook, an excerpt, or like one of his opening monologues from The Daily Show, and I always enjoy it. I always think it's really
for Mr. Jon Stewart.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like, man, maybe I should have watched this more, and now it's dead.
Yeah, well, that's something you should have thought of when you had the chance. When I was a little kid, and Seinfeld was going off the air, it was my dad's favorite show at the time. I remember the night Seinfeld had the season finale. Like, I was 7 years old.
Yeah.
And my dad came in my room, and he was saying goodnight and everything, and I was crying. And he was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I should have watched more Seinfeld with you when I had the chance." And he was like, "There's reruns." And I was like, "Oh."
What a loser.
Hey, I was a small boy. I wasn't even a dad.
I didn't like Seinfeld back when I was that young. I didn't get into it.
But you like it now, though, right? I was about to kick you off the show.
No, I didn't like it back then.
I was going to replace you. I was going to replace you with Mega Man.
I was watching. Well, I couldn't blame you there. Oh, I got that swoop going back.
You're not allowing that swoop, are you?
I was watching Seinfeld the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the one where Elaine's new boyfriend was pro-choice,
Yeah.
and she's pro-life, and she had to break up with him.
You're
And
you're describing it like a Friends episode. The one where
That's because Friends stole how people talk. They used that.
They were culturally on point at the time,
Yeah.
back in the fucking 90s.
I can't ever.
You know what I'm saying?
You guys. Right
How
there.
did we start this show tonight? Why don't you tell me?
A bunch of boys in the ring.
Yeah.
Like 6 boys. We got the Randy Orton boy,
Mm-hmm.
the Seth Rollins boy, Kane boy, big boy show boy, and then the 2 J&J boys.
Yeah. Big boy show boy.
They're welcoming Seth,
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton back into the Authority because he's been gone, and they've been on kind of shaky ground. But it's like, this is to make it official. Like, you're officially back. We're happy to have you.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins was really leading the spear.
He was gung ho about this shit.
Those J&J boys, they don't really like him.
And you know that because they went around the ring and they're like, how do you feel about Randy coming back? And everyone's like, Randy, you know, it's great to have you back. You're a part of the family. And then they get to Jamie Noble and he's like, I don't like this guy. I think he's a piece of shit.
He started to be nice, and then he was like, I can't.
He couldn't keep up the charade. You know what I'm saying?
He's a snake.
And then they get over to, like, Seth asked Mercury if he wants to say anything. He's just like,
yeah.
He didn't have shit good to
And then
say
they
about
give
Randy Orton.
Orton the mic,
Mm-hmm.
and he fucking turns on him.
He sure does.
He's like, you guys suck.
Use guy.
You're a mean boy.
Yeah.
I don't like you so much. And then he gets to Joey Mercury, right? And he goes, you, I don't have anything to say to you. And then he turns it around again and goes, nah, I'm just playing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just playing. We're all good here. We're just kids. Yeah, nice. We're just kids having fun.
Yeah.
But I wanted to point out
I just want to say real quick,
yes.
Josh Spears just posted a link. It says, Dear Ian, and it's Randy Orton flipping the double bird.
That should be the thumbnail.
Well, that just makes me think that he doesn't like me very much, but that's fine. That was a really funny joke. So whether you like me or not, that was a good bit, and I respect it.
Yeah.
As you were saying.
You can't hate on cleverness. I guess you can, but fuck you. A couple weeks ago, when Orton first returned and he didn't immediately turn on Seth in the Authority, you were saying how you kind of thought it made him kind of weaken his character a little bit.
I just thought it killed his momentum, not his character.
Right. I see. Like, after watching tonight, I had this feeling last week. I think to me it makes him look like a smart guy.
Yeah,
because he has a plan. It's not like he's legitimately, siding with the Authority again.
Yeah.
He never intended to go back.
He's not dipping his toes in the water, going, "Can I be friends with these boys?"
He needed to get their shields down.
Yeah. He had to get their defenses.
Yeah.
He could slither his way in.
Like a viper.
You like how I use that snake euphemism?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Euphemism or metaphor? I feel like euphemisms are usually used for like sexual innuendo. Just hearing Jamie Noble and Mercury on the mic made me love this segment.
Dude, they are so good.
I fucking love both of those guys.
And I thought Big Show was really good.
He was good.
Because
Seth gets on the mic. You thought Randy Orton was going to come back and strike down the Authority.
No! and then after Orton was like, nah, I'm just playing. He was like, that was me. That was me, but you got me. You got me.
Seeing a dude who's 7'2" going, that was me.
Yeah.
To me, is just funny all around.
Yeah, I thought she was good. I thought this was a great opening.
I don't know if the writing
really
team changed or what, but this was actual funny stuff for Randy. Yeah. I thought it was like a lot of the jokes that you usually see on a wrestling show are like, oh god, yeah, that was terrible.
So cheesy and like.
But I liked a lot of these jokes. I thought they were funny. Cheese dickish is a great way to word it.
It was a really good opening segment. The best opening segment of the decade. No, that's
Well, if you start of the decade with this year, because we're counting from 15 to 25
today.
then yeah.
Today, 10 years.
Yeah, from right now. We move from there to Bryan versus Barrett. Having Truth on commentary is something I want every week.
Yeah, dude, he has got a future in that. He's so good.
Tony Zoo wants to know if it's 2005 because I'm wearing a heartogram necklace. No, it's 10 years after.
Is
that.
still alive.
They sure are. They
But
put out a
on
record 2 years
hiatus.
ago. You should listen to it. It was fantastic.
Right? They're on hiatus.
No.
Fuck.
Trey
Well,
Armstrong called him a dick.
the prisoner or the drummer, the prisoner. I meant to say the drummer.
What
and
is
the word? The wires got switched.
The Rhines are crossed?
The lines are lost.
Okay, so Truth on commentary. He's got this burlap sack, which makes me, when I see a burlap sack, I think of Friday the 13th. I think Jason's going to put it over his head and he's going to murder a bunch of beautiful teenagers.
With boobs and butts.
But Michael Cole's like, why do you have a burlap sack? And he was like, I'm going to go picking potatoes.
A potato farm.
Truth, what is that bag for? Potatoes! You'll see. I thought that was fantastic. Like, he says a lot of weird shit out there, but that coupled with JBL's inside terms to me were the best part about this match.
Yeah.
When he said something about potatoes and JBL was like, I know something about potatoes when I was in the ring with Booker T. Where if you know the inside terms, the potatoes, when you get hit a little too hard, you don't really appreciate it.
I didn't know that.
And Booker's just like, yeah, I can't fight that one. Like, just tells him, like, yeah, I hit the shit out of you, basically. But I thought that was great.
Yeah, it was good. Bryan won.
Mhm.
But
Clean with the big running knee.
yes, of course. But then Barrett hit him with the elbow.
What a jerk, the bull hammer.
Because he's a sore loser, the mean boy.
I don't know how I feel about that boy.
I hope he's not a dad. He doesn't treat his boy.
No, but for real, though, Barrett is in fantastic shape.
He looks like King Leonidas from 300, those washboard abs.
I think he looks better because Leonidas was a little more bulky. Like, Barrett has trimmed up big time,
Yeah.
and he's looking shredded as all get out. You know what I mean?
Mhm, for sure.
I think he looks great.
Yeah, and then Ambrose.
Super clean transition right into Ambrose versus Stardust.
He comes out, knocks out Barrett. Not knocks him out, but he knocks him down.
He knocks him down
from behind. Stardust and Ambrose.
Mm-hmm.
Stardust had the IC title when we opened up, when he came out. Not he like Barrett still is the IC champion,
Mm-hmm.
but Stardust had the belt.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he got it.
SmackDown. We don't watch SmackDown.
Right, I know. But I'm just saying.
Nobody watches SmackDown.
Is he? I guess he's in. Is he in the ladder
It
match?
seems that way because there was no sign of Goldust.
No.
So I guess with the Fastlane match, did they sweep that under the rug? Or like, if we go back a week, did we have Goldust versus Stardust bullshit last week? I don't remember if we did.
I delete my notes. I
See, that's why I go old school with the pen and motherfucking.
What? I don't need to remember
Paper.
what happened last week.
Yeah, you do, because when you have a situation like this.
No, you got to cover.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, this guy. I don't have any notes about Stardust last week. I don't even know if he was on the show last week. So to me, that's them finishing up the Goldust Stardust angle, which kind of sucks. I wanted the brother versus brother at WrestleMania. But if we got it at Fastlane and on the Raw before.
But Stardust, Goldust won, didn't he?
At Fastlane?
He
think so.
Yeah, I think so. I think didn't he roll him up?
Tony Zeus says, I watch SmackDown because I'm a loser. I don't think you're a loser. I just think your heartogram comment was a little mean, and maybe you should try to be friendlier. I'm glad you're here with us.
He's just busting chops.
Either way, we got Dean versus Stardust. Stardust is one of my favorite guys to watch. I fucking love Stardust. I love his gear. I love his music. I love the weird woo woo woo. I love the weird shit he does on the way to the ring. Every time Stardust comes on, I'm like, this is gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Where not a lot of guys give me that feeling.
Yeah,
I fucking love Stardust
for sure.
His gear was on point tonight. I love the white, silver, black, and red look. I think it's great.
Yeah. Who won this match?
System watches SmackDown too, Tony, so you're not alone.
You guys, that's cool, man.
Maybe you guys should do a SmackDown talk show. I'll come hang out in your live chat. We'll build a community. I think it'll be fun.
That'd be so cool.
Who won what?
Who won this match?
Dean won clean with his double arm DDT,
Okay.
Whatever that's called.
Okay.
Dirty
and
Deeds.
then everyone who's in this match comes out and starts brawling.
Yeah.
And
It was a clusterfuck.
Yeah. And then Truth is sitting in there at the commentary booth. and he's in the match.
Well, that's being negotiated.
Right. They put up a graphic with
Yeah.
with all the wrestlers who are in it. Truth's in it, but it's being.
And they made it very clear last week that Truth is afraid of heights. And this week JBL was trying to play back on that joke, and he's like, "Oh, it's being negotiated. Why? Because you're afraid of heights, Truth?" He's like, "I ain't afraid of nothing." And it's like, I'm trying to play a joke here.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it, dude.
And then the Makembe Mutombo references.
I thought those were great references,
Yeah.
and Cole was not really a big fan of those references. I'm getting texted by Superbad Abby Callahan.
What's she up to?
She's just doing stuff, you know.
She watching?
Probably not. But she's going to be on the podcast in a couple weeks, so just stay tuned for that. Okay. Jimmy Wendell's texting me now. All these boys and girls.
Truth got away with the belt again, didn't he?
Well, he certainly did. And he put it in the potato bag.
Yeah. That's what
potatoes! And it was great, too, because Barrett comes over, and he was like, "I'm coming for you next." And JBL's like, "I'm selling you out. I can't take the heat for this one."
Yeah.
And Truth looks at him. He goes, "I ain't said nothing to you." So Barrett comes over. Truth gives him the bag. Truth runs like a cartoon villain.
And like the way he sneaks
Yeah.
up to the ring.
He
to
sneaks
steal
like
the belt.
Mark the Bagger from Mayhags.
Like the creep from the Lonely Island video.
Oh, yeah. Do the creep.
Do the creep.
I don't remember how the rest of the song goes.
When you're... I don't know.
You didn't even try.
If you give me a minute, I
So
could,
Barrett
fuck it.
pulls the toy out, and Truth has the real belt.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
then he runs like a funny man.
Shrek is 108 years old. Side note, the Intercontinental title on the white strap, the classic design, is a fucking gorgeous belt.
I like the white.
I love that belt.
Yeah, I like
you know
the
who
white.
brought that white belt back? Cody Rhodes.
How?
On screen and backstage. Like, for real. Backstage, he had to pay for the belt to get made himself because it was his idea. And then when he brought it around, when he showed the guys backstage, I don't think a lot of people know this. When he showed around backstage, they weren't really happy with the design, so then they commissioned a better belt. That's at least as far as I've read. I could be slightly wrong about that. But if you go back to when he first brought that back, you'll see there's a nugget texture on it. And then a couple months later, it's not a nugget anymore. It's smoother with deeper etching. Hashtag belt mark. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Where do we go from here?
Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Amazing. Well, first Heyman came out, and then he introduced the Roman Reigns segment, the promo video format.
Pause for 1 second. Steve Fokelin Schneider has made it to the chat despite being at Raw tonight.
What?
He's in the car and he's here live with us.
Who's driving?
I don't know.
I hope you don't.
I think the Undertaker's driving.
Don't
And
risk
it's like
your
that
life
Teddy
for
Long
us.
bit.
Don't live chat and drive.
I just think Steve is one of the greatest dandans of all time.
Oh, of course.
And I love to have him here tonight.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't want him risking his life. Could you imagine if he dies
Yeah.
right now?
I wouldn't like it so. I think he's a great boy. And I want him to be a dad one. Trey Armstrong says that Paul Heyman is wrestling. And Nocturnal C00L? Whatever.
Wow.
I'm glad you're here with us. Thanks for coming. If they could just get rid of that atrocious Divas title and bring back the Women's Championship. I agree. Yeah, you know what? I definitely agree big time because the Divas title, I think they made it look so fucking girly. It's literally a goddamn pink butterfly that says Diva. Like, it's not far off from, remember Maria's bullshit Ring of Honor women's title with the fucking fuzzy pink bullshit on it? Like, there's no reason the Divas title can't look like the
just a normal title.
Well, or the NXT women's title.
Right.
It's
I don't know
silver, it's classy looking, it's like diamond studded, and there's some pink paintwork
Little
in there,
bit
but
of
it's not a
feminine.
goddamn butterfly.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just the women's title.
Oh, it's Nocturnal Cool. I'm a fucking moron. Don't spell it with zeros.
Well, it was probably taken.
Yeah. Biggie Mac is, or M1 Biggie Mac is actually correcting me. They had to change the design a bit due to copyright. He preferred the Nugget one. I thought the Nugget one looked really cool, but I like the current one now. I like the smoother in between.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Dan-ins in the chat tonight, and I appreciate that. Thanks for coming on.
We love you guys.
You know what I'm saying?
Love you guys.
But so we're on this match or this Heyman promo.
Paul Heyman.
He was being super rough, talking about the fucking Reigns' family,
descendants of cannibals.
One generation outside of being cannibals.
Yeah, that was
and like savages.
So rough, man.
Like borderline extremely racist. But if there's one guy who can get away with it, it's Paul Heyman. Because they know when he goes out there, he's going to say some shit.
Yeah, and they don't tell him what to say.
I love how Paul plays up the real life concerns and like the rumors that are going around in the dirt sheets, the way he does. And one of my favorite things he said tonight was, and if Brock this summer wants to unify the WWE and UFC heavyweight titles, he'll do it. Yeah, that's not how that works. You can't unify a fucking Hollywood prop with an actual sports accolade. You can't do that.
No.
It would be cool as hell.
No, it wouldn't.
No, listen. It would be cool as hell if in some strange world he wins at WrestleMania and he takes a UFC fight. He's on his way to the ring and Heyman is in his entourage in the corner holding the WWE belt. That would be it would be funny at least. It would be funny to see.
That would be great.
And you know how good it would be for his image for MMA fans who are like, fuck that fake shit. Like carrying a wrestling belt to the ring. It's fucking printing money, dude. Oh. It's a great thing. You know what I'm saying?
Can we talk about if Brock's going to return to the MMA circuits?
If he's going to return?
The MMA. I had to add another word there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think he's going to.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't think he has any business doing it. He's 37. He'll be, 38 by the time he gets there. He's past his athletic prime. He's a fucking beast. And he's going to get in there. And I think Brock beats a Stefan Struve. I think Brock probably beats an Andrei Arlovsky. I think Cain Velasquez still beats him. I think Junior Dos Santos beats him. I think Alistair Overeem still beats him. He might have a good fight with Roy Nelson.
He could have a chance against Overeem. But
he could, but that's just because Overeem's got some of the worst fight IQ in the fucking world.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I think is a good fight, and he's saying he's ready for his return? If you book Brock Lesnar and Josh Barnett, that's a fucking fight I want to see. Because Josh he's a pro wrestler and a fighter. Yeah. That dude knows how to promote. Like, he wins an MMA fight, and he's doing this at the camera, and he calls himself the War Master. Yeah. I come here to conquer my... He's the fucking best. If you book those two together, that's more just money on money.
Yeah.
And Josh might catch him in a fucking heel hook, which is really intriguing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
System says, I am not a nugget. That's an Owen Hart quote.
I love Brock when he was in the UFC. I got so excited. So... yeah, I'm a little wary of him because he didn't look so good in his last
and he wasn't healthy. No, but now he's older.
Yeah.
Like, his last UFC fight was in 2011. Yeah. And he wasn't looking good then. Heyman is the only guy, and this goes along with what Coulter just said, Heyman is the motherfucker, not me.
I'm not you, yeah.
Josh Spears says, I would literally shit if Brock fought Josh. I'd be worried he'd die. Brock might fuck up Brock might fuck up Josh Barnett.
Yeah, Josh Barnett isn't in his prime.
Josh Barnett's hands are not very good. Yeah. Neither are Brock's, so they might be even there. Josh Barnett can grapple like a motherfucker. Yeah. He's a great catch wrestler, and he's one of those catch wrestlers who is like a specialist in leg locks. And if he gets your fucking leg, we saw Frank Mir get Brock's leg, and that was in 2008. Brock is a lot better now than he was then.
Smarter.
That's an intriguing fight. If Brock's going to come back, of course they're going to do it probably at 200 versus Frank Mir because it's the trilogy fight. It's the easiest to sell.
Yeah.
The second one is a winnable fight. Give him Josh Barnett. I'm booking it right now. Book it. Speaking of booking. Oh, here we go. Short side note. I was telling a buddy at work today about a dream that I had, and I told him about it, and it was kind of weird. And he goes, "You're weird." And I go, "I didn't book it." Like, who books a dream?
Subconscious, dude.
Trey Armstrong says Heyman makes everything seem real. I don't know if I got the words out, but I did write down that Heyman is the only guy that can make this shit feel real to me. To where when I hear him talk, he is reaching into the real world, which gives you the feeling of like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
He's on point. He's talking to everyone in this arena, including the 6-year-olds, but he's also talking to 24-year-old me on the couch, who like keeps up to date with the news and knows what's going on. He's talking to me too, which Paul just completely transcends the entire audience, in my opinion.
And it's just like I would love for him to. I was thinking I would love to see him try to build up a nobody, like a
Paul?
brand new superstar.
They tried it.
Really?
Curtis Axel.
Oh, you know what? I heard about that. Yeah.
Cesaro was coming off the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and he comes out and he was like, "Fuck off, mustache, Dad. I'm going with Paul Heyman."
That
Dad.
was crazy.
And then he turned heel, and all of his momentum came to a screeching halt.
Well, see, I don't think that's Paul Heyman's fault, though.
I don't think it's Paul Heyman's fault either, because he was still getting face pops, and he's out there with Paul Heyman, who is Brock Lesnar's fucking guy.
Yeah.
And everyone hates Paul Heyman, but everyone kind of loves Paul Heyman. But then they did everything. They took away the fucking swing because it was getting good reactions.
Yeah.
And they're like, we can't have you have good reactions right now. And then Vince goes on Austin's podcast, and Austin's like, Cesaro is a guy that I think is fantastic. Why is this guy not connected? Like, or why is this guy not in the main event? And Vince is like, sometimes a guy just has trouble connecting. And Austin is like, so how do you make him connect? Because he should have just said he was fucking connecting. Why'd you do that?
Yeah.
And he was like, how do you make him connect? And Vince goes, I'm not really sure right now. How about you just don't murder his fucking momentum?
Yeah, for real.
God
it was so
damn
promising after he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Nocturnal Cool says it seems that Heyman has free range to say whatever he wants. Vince needs to let his roster do the exact same. Stop scripting promos and just go out there and let loose. I think it was last week or the week before I was saying some shit about somebody was in the ring and you could tell.
Cena.
Was it Cena?
Pointing to
Yeah. Because he ran into a couple stops, but you could tell he was out there kind of free ball.
I feel like some guys can't do that.
He's switched, damn it. Let's move on. We're going a little long here. We got Bray cutting a promo backstage real short. He's got the urn, and he's just saying the same shit he's been saying.
Yeah.
My only question is, where the fuck did he get that thing?
Brought from home.
He just has those.
It's an antique. It's an antique.
Oh,
maybe it's Sister Abigail.
She is the urn.
It's her dust.
Well, I don't think there was dust in there because when he opened it, smoke came out. Anime Freak just posted a thing of Mario, which is unrelated but awesome. I'm all for it.
Cool.
Thanks for coming by, Anime Freak 1000. Moving on real quick, we got Ryback and Rowan versus Kane and Show.
Yes.
And a really smart man, Steve Schneider,
Mhm.
a.k.a. Folklin, at Folklin on Twitter, was at Raw tonight, and he was sitting next to a boy who was a new wrestling fan. He was completely new to wrestling.
Yeah.
And he looks at him, he goes, you can pretty much tell how good a wrestler is by how good his hair is.
You said that like you were doing Nigel.
I kind of was doing accidentally. No Texas, Nigel Bravo, the reigning, defending, undisputed 616 Entertainment Monopoly champion.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
You know what I'm saying? This was a terrible match.
Oh my god.
What are you looking around for?
I was looking for the picture of Nigel Bravo, but I forgot you never printed it out yet.
No, he's got the belt. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? This is a terrible match.
It was bad.
Ryback was wearing terrible gear. He was wearing white with like weird like Kool-Aid stains and black and like green knee pads. Don't ever wear fucking Christmas colors as your gear. Unless you're Christmas. There's no Christmas wrestlers. You can't have a Christmas wrestler year. That's a good gimmick. Like how awesome would that be? A guy who on Christmas comes out and he celebrates, but for the other 364 days a year is grumpy because Christmas is so far away.
That's awesome.
So he comes out and he just beats people up. It's not Christmas yet, god damn it. That's a good gimmick.
He's always counting down.
He sure is.
He always comes out with a sign
that
says how many days till Christmas.
Or he's got a little helper who has the sign. And then every night when they go out, he peels the thing back. Or it could be like one of those calendars and there's a chocolate behind the door. We got Miz now. What's Miz doing?
Miz is hanging out with Wiz Khalifa.
And then who showed up?
Wizdow!
Damian Wizdow showed up.
Damian Wizdow's awesome.
What I was trying to write here was Wiz doesn't look fuck. I guess there's a wrestler called the Christmas Creature. Unless you're pitching that as the name of the gimmick, which I think is great, or Santa Claus, either way. I was trying to write down in a small amount of words that Wiz does actually, he doesn't look like he's baked out of his fucking mind right now. But what I wrote down was, Wiz don't look 420.
Maybe a little like 210 maybe.
Nocturnal Cool says, I actually really like this gimmick. Oh yeah, Jimmy Wendell just texted me, who is having difficulties tonight. He can't get in the chat for some reason. Says that Kane was called the Christmas creature at one time.
What?
Yeah. He was also a dentist. Did you know that?
No.
Dr. Isaac Yankum.
Before he was Kane?
Yeah. Well, he wouldn't be Kane and then become the dentist.
Why
and
not?
Go back to being Kane.
Why not?
Why?
They could do that.
They could.
It's bullshit.
Wizdow was funny. It's like, and you know what? This was really good. I was kind of wondering why they would even have Wiz there at all.
Yeah.
Like, he did the video game, but who fucking cares?
Just because his name rhymes.
Yeah.
Miz.
But I think this was good because there's only so long they can string out this Miz and Mizdow thing before it has to boil over.
Yeah.
And this kind of gave us a joke. You know, it bought them, I said us, like we're fucking booking it. It bought them a week to not have to do another time where Sandow gets all angry, but then he forgives them. You know?
Yeah, and Wizdow entered himself into the Battle Royal.
He sure did. Cavity Kane. That's how they could do it.
That's great.
Santa Claus became Balls Mahoney.
Oh.
Do you know who Balls Mahoney is?
Nope.
He's this big fat dad in ECW who wore ripped up jeans and he had long hair and he kind of looked like your aunt.
How do you know my aunt?
He would bring steel chairs to the ring that were painted.
Cool.
Like they would say like the name of the pay-per-view. And he was famous for just fucking labeling dudes with this goddamn chair. Like these chairs would bend like no other chairs.
That's not nice.
And there was like every time he would punch a guy, the crowd would be like, balls, balls, balls. It was fucking awesome. They should do that during Brock versus Barnett. Balls, balls.
Why would they?
I think maybe Balls Mahoney is the referee. Big Balls Mahoney instead of Big John McCarthy. Where do we go from here?
After Miz, the fucking Wiz's rap was way too long. I couldn't believe how long
we fast forwarded through it.
Yeah.
After like the first minute.
Paige versus Summer, or AJ versus Summer.
Sure.
I wrote down Paige versus Summer, but it wasn't Paige. My
That's
apologies.
because you have a crush on Paige.
Sure do. We made a deal. So last week we made a deal.
We made a deal that I could take Paige to the carnival, and you were gonna take both the Bellas to the beach.
To the beach. And then we were going to hang out later.
Mm-hmm.
This week, we made a new... Every week, we got to make a new contract. So this week, it was I get Nikki and Paige, and you get Bree and AJ.
And I'm going to take them to the movies to see Chappie.
Okay.
Because I think that'll be a good time. And if they don't like Chappie, I just got Big Hero 6. I haven't checked that out yet. I think we'll have a good time with that. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm going to take them to the neighborhood park.
Oh, yeah.
I push them on the swings.
That's weird. You took that to a weird place. I was just trying to come up with like a lame date that like a junior high kid would do.
Yeah, the park.
And push them on the swings like children?
It's a cute... No, boyfriend and girlfriends do that kind of thing.
I didn't do that shit.
Neither did I, but I've seen it on allergy commercials. You know, like allergy medicine.
Oh, I don't know.
I
feel like that's usually moms and dads on those commercials, not boys and girls, boys and daughters. Nocturnal Cool says, do you think that Reigns versus Lesnar should be a bloodbath? Yeah, but that's not a possibility.
Yeah, no.
So it's not going to happen.
I think every match should be a bloodbath.
No, that's too much.
I want carnage and death, real death.
Oh, I don't want to see a death today.
I do.
Nocturnal Cool says Chappie was amazing, which I'm really looking forward to the movie. I like Neil Blomkamp a lot. I thought District 9 was fantastic. I'm excited. Shout out to Steve Schneider that Neil Blomkamp is directing Alien 5.
I just realized that was this because I'm a fan of Neil Blomkamp, but I didn't associate. I knew the name, but I wasn't associated it with District 9 and Chappie. So
they look exactly the same.
Oh, well, I know those are the same. No, I know those are the same creators, but I didn't know the name of the guy who made it.
Oh, okay.
So I just found out that he was doing Alien, and that's fucking awesome.
Yes.
That's so exciting.
That's a whole other thing. Write that down. We'll talk about that on the 616 Entertainment Podcast, which drops every Wednesday on this very channel.
AJ versus Summer.
Real death, says Culture of Personality.
Yes.
Good.
You came up with a great name for
Because
girl jobbers.
you had Eva Marie.
Yeah. Summer.
The other pterodactyl. Funkadactyl.
Cameron?
Cameron and Summer. And I go, well, this one's going to be AJ versus the boob jobbers. Which I don't even think I meant for it to come out that way and be like a compound word and become a bit, but I'm okay with it. I think it was good.
Because guys, get it? Boob job.
You don't
jobber.
Explaining the joke makes it not as funny.
They don't. I don't know if they got it though.
I'm fairly certain they did.
AJ tapped Summer.
Yeah,
and she tapped immediately.
They fixed the pet peeve of mine. I always say every week I hate when guys
3 in a row
get in a submission move and they stay there for 90 fucking minutes.
3
The shit hurts. You're trapped. You should tap out.
And then later, Axel did it too.
Yeah, but we're not there yet.
We're close.
Here's what I want to say about AJ versus Summer. We had this whole big thing. Hashtag give Divas a chance.
Yeah.
They've been giving the Divas a little bit more of a chance. They've been giving them a little bit more time. You give the Divas a chance, only one of them could wrestle. Like, I know Summer Rae's watching. I don't want to break her heart, but like AJ is a lot better than she is.
Yeah.
And like you want to give them a chance, but if they fucking suck, like they don't belong out there.
Yeah.
You've got Charlotte in NXT, you've got Sasha, you've got Bayley, you've got fucking
you always say
the girls that are in NXT are so good, and these fucking boob jobbers that are on Raw are not. Now they're getting their chance, dude. I think Charlotte and Sasha main evented NXT last week.
I saw that.
I didn't see. I didn't watch it. I'll go back and watch it.
I didn't watch it, but I saw that.
So they give them a chance, aka like 2 minutes, and the fucking crowd is dead. No one cares. The match was terrible. I fucking love AJ. Put AJ and Paige there. They'll have a better match. Put Sasha and fucking Charlotte, and they're gonna tear the house down.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Paige and AJ are friends now, though. So all they have is to fight boob jobbers. There's nobody else.
Paige. Your swoop is a little fucked up now.
I want it to be fucked up. You know that.
You got to fix it.
Age pay.
Here's what you should be trying to do. You want that?
You got a hat?
No, you want that proper swoop. You got to get the Superman going on. Here.
So, but he's got that little curly Q.
Yeah, you can do that. Fix that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, this is fucking good.
You got it?
No, I don't have.
Dude, I don't know.
I can't get that curly Q like Superman.
No, you kind of look like a weird Ming hag.
He's got that. I can't do it.
Steve says, "I'm here." No, I didn't make it. No, you're here. You made it.
He died on the way home.
Nocturnal Cool says, "I know this conversation was beaten on the ground, but do you think Reigns' push will come to a screeching halt after Mania?" No, I think he's going to be the world champion after WrestleMania. Yeah, and I think I'm interested to see where that goes. Here's something, and it's like, it's not the time to talk about this right now. So if we do it, let's make it quick.
Okay.
Because we make the fucking rules. We don't have to. We don't need to abide by a certain clause. What if Brock fucking wins at WrestleMania? What, like, they're booking this whole thing as Roman as the guy to take down Brock and everything. What if he fucking SummerSlams him? What if he treats Roman the way he treated Cena at
that would
SummerSlam?
be kind of awesome.
That would
unexpected it would
the
be.
Internet would they would not know what to do.
Yeah.
The entire internet wrestling community who's like, boo, I hate this. This is the worst thing ever. I'm going to watch next week and complain again. Like, they would not know what the fuck to do.
No. What would they do, though? Like, how would they, like, what would the WWE do? Like,
Seth turns face and beats Brock clean. And then Roman's upset and jealous, so he turns heel. And then you've got a complete switcheroo of the main event scene.
See, I don't even think...
That's a bullshit. Like, I didn't book it. I'm just saying words.
I don't know.
But yeah, they can write their way out of anything when it's all fake.
Yeah. No, I know, but it's just, man, it's crazy. I don't think, though, if...
Pause. Nocturnal Cool says he is literally getting no reaction. I disagree strongly. When Reigns' music hits, there's a pop. In certain cities, you hear a couple boos, but even those boos that were this loud before, I feel like are this loud now.
Yeah, he gets a pop.
Yeah,
he definitely
I like Roman.
I do too.
I would prefer Seth Rollins being in his spot. I would prefer Cesaro being in his spot, but I like Roman, and just because, like, as a wrestling fan, I'm along for the ride, you know, and I feel like that's how wrestling fans should be. I don't book it. I don't fucking write it. If I wanted it to be exactly what I wanted it to be, and that's all I wanted, I'd fucking play the video game.
Yeah.
And I would make the decisions I want to make.
Well, and it just seems like
I don't get pissed off about Breaking Bad when this happens, or on Game of Thrones when this happens, because they're doing it. I'm on their fucking roller coaster.
Right. And it just seems like the internet wrestling community is never happy.
No!
Like
whole
last
thing.
year they were upset because Daniel Bryan wasn't getting a push, and it's just these like part-time guys coming in getting the main event, and they're getting the push, and these veterans who don't need the push are getting the push. Now a young guy is getting a push, and you're still not happy.
That's not the young guy I wanted. But like, not to sound like a complete hypocrite, because when Daniel Bryan was getting fucked over last year, I was pissed off. But I wasn't pissed off because they were holding Daniel Bryan down. I was pissed off because it's like
Batista,
like everyone is telling you what they want,
right?
And like you're choosing the wrong guy, like you're backing the wrong horse. It wasn't because this is what I want. It was because it was the sensical thing to do.
Yeah,
you know.
Now it's like, is Daniel Bryan or bust now?
Yeah, pretty much. Steve was there live, and he says that Roman got a good reaction. Trey Armstrong says, I would argue that some of the time the pop is just people that are excited that he's coming through the crowd. Yeah, but that's like 50 people who are on either side of that line. You know, you always know where Roman's going to be. Remember when we were at Payback and the Shield's music hit and those three dudes dressed as the Shield?
Yes,
we're in the upper fucking balcony.
There were three dudes we saw like walking around that they were dressed as the Shield, and we thought they were coming. We thought they were their Shield, and I thought, like, how are they going to get down? They're in the upper deck.
I don't see like a rappelling cable or anything. The system says you don't cancel a channel subscription because of a season finale. No, but my dad does. We should have talked about that on the podcast.
I know.
Dan, as this Wednesday, small plug, my dad is the guest on my podcast. Oh. It's the 1 year anniversary, episode 52. It's one of my favorite ones we've ever done. And if you go to the Facebook page for 616 Entertainment, there's like a little 1 minute clip of it, of a story about, it was in the 70s. They were all stoned. My dad had a gun. His friend picked up the gun and he shot his cat and killed it. Oh, boys and girls. Where do we go next? To the Sting promo?
The Sting promo.
We sure did. This fucked me up, dude.
It was cool.
It was so fucking cool. It was that kind of cool that gave me goosebumps and kind of like made my eyes water at the same time. Yeah. Like just, and you know what they really did here that I like is they're fixing what I felt like they were fucking up with the WCW thing. They were kind of pushing Sting as this WCW guy, which the bloat lives. Had me kind of worried that it's like, don't call him a WCW guy. The small fans who are like, I like WWE, are going to look at this guy who's not a WWE guy and be like, wait, that's the bad guy.
Yeah.
And Triple H is out there obviously being facetious about like, I built this place and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But now when they had him do the thing of just like, I was a WCW
actually talking.
Yeah. I've seen Authority before. I tried to stop them and I failed. I will not let that happen again. Dude, it's fucking Batman.
Yeah,
like he was a small boy. He couldn't do anything about the murder of his parents. So he got bigger, he grew up, and now he's not going to let anyone feel the pain that he felt. It's fucking Batman. Like, and when they did that, when they did, like, the voice came on, and I go, that ain't Sting. Yeah. What the fuck is that?
And I thought it was, well, they don't want to have him speak yet, so maybe Sting is paying somebody to read his lines.
Well, he was, but that could
him.
be one thing, but the lines were coming out as I
know.
Not he.
Yeah.
But then they started playing with the pitch, and you could tell that, like, it was a mind game. They were, like...
Right, they
were...
Like,
kayfabe-wise, it was a mind game.
It was him, though.
Yeah. This was an awesome fucking video package. Like, Rock versus Austin, WrestleMania 17, in my opinion. That and Undertaker Shawn Michaels WrestleMania are like the best video packages of all time. I'll show you both of those later because they're gonna blow your fucking balls off. This was so good. This was so good, dude. I loved it.
Yeah, excellent.
Where'd we go?
Cena and Rusev.
What happened?
Backstage. Backstage, it was just more of the same stuff. Cena was like, if you talk bad about our country, you can be a hero to Russia and you don't have to talk shit about America. But if you talk shit about America, I'm going to talk shit in your face while I beat you up.
Hold my finger.
Or something along the lines. Whoa. It's dead.
Why did I have that there?
But I don't know. And then Rusev had a match with Axel.
You sure? Hey, Axel Mania, dog. Hashtag.
Axel Mania.
You know what I'm saying? I drank all my tea.
Completely squashed him. As I
yeah,
expected. Tapped immediately. He got him in the thing. What's that called? What's he call that?
The accolade.
Oh, okay.
Or as someone called it last week, I think Cena called it the acolyte last week. It just made me think of, damn. Fucking, never mind.
I know damn it, but I don't know what that is.
I know who Dan is. So Rusev locks on the acolyte. And he's fucking cranking on him. And then I'm just like, look at the size of Rusev.
He's so fucking big.
I want to see, and what I was going to say was, I want to see him, like, fight.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. But you cut me off. You remember what you said? This is what happened.
Yeah.
I'm like, look at the size of him. I want to see.
And
you just fucked up that
I didn't
whole
know
bit.
you wanted me to do it.
I just said, let's do it.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
You said
did.
you just started saying it again. Say it again.
I was going to say, I want to see him fight, and you said you want to see his butthole.
Yeah, I was like, you want to see his butthole?
No, I don't. And that was weird that you suggested that. Why would I want to see Rusev's butthole?
I thought that's what you were going to say.
Hashtag Rusev's butthole. What if we could get that trending worldwide? Could you imagine if he saw that and he was like, what the fuck? He'd be like, did I rip my pants today?
If Rusev's butthole showed up on the internet like Seth Swainer, you would look at it.
Oh, yeah, but just because it's funny. And you know someone would Photoshop Seth Swainer up to Rusev's butthole.
Oh, man.
What a turn of events. So Cena comes out, and he puts Rusev the fuck to sleep, which I thought was awesome. Yeah. Here's the big thing that I liked. John Cena didn't lock in the fucking STF like this. He went palm to palm grip on that motherfucker and cranked it.
Actually cranking his head back.
And you know what I think is like, Nocturnal Cool says hashtag Rusev's butthole, get it trending. I really feel like a guy like Rusev, if he was going to get put to sleep, probably backstage was like, listen, man, you got to make this thing look dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm going to sleep for you and I've never lost before, like, you got to make it look like you're murdering me.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And I fucking loved, he puts him to sleep. Rusev sold it like $1 million. I love that he even turned him on his back, had him in this weird contorted angle we've never seen before.
And then you could kind of see Rusev's arms.
Yeah, the arms gave out. And then he gets the bottle
with the water,
and you said,
"Put him to sleep again."
And then he basically did.
Yeah, he just starts choking him again.
The one thing I didn't like was Rusev tapping.
Yeah,
I think putting him to sleep
twice
showed the chink in his armor enough.
I think he should have put him to sleep twice.
Yeah,
I think he literally should have put him to sleep twice.
He only needed to do it once. Doing it twice is just like, that's the kind of shit that makes the IWC, the Internet Wrestling Community, not like John Cena. You know what I mean?
Fuck you. I would have liked it. And then they gave in, and he gets a match at WrestleMania.
What the fuck does that say?
Better damn time.
What does it say on the bottom? Oh, it's supposed to say better technique. Above it, I wrote awesome sleep. Where do we go from here?
He gets a match at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, confirmed. Cena versus Rusev 2 for the U.S. title at WrestleMania.
I'm assuming he's not in the Battle Royal then.
Cena?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Because he wanted to get in.
I forgot that he even tried to do that.
But that's dead. But he gets the match, so that's good.
From there, we went to blacks versus cats.
Kid versus black guys.
I wrote down blacks. Not even, like, it's not a racist thing. I'm not calling them blacks. I'm saying, like, we've had this conversation before. The fucking New Day, their gimmick is, those are black dudes.
Yeah.
You know? Like, write black people better gimmicks. Like, they have more features than just, hey, it's a black guy.
Yeah.
God damn it. It's still frustrating.
The Day is started by saying they want a chance at the title. So is this going to lead to a title match with New Day?
It's probably going to lead to like a 4 corners tag team elimination match. So like all 4 tag teams are in. Only 2 guys are legal at once, and it'll be elimination style.
Okay.
Because that will include everybody and get everybody in on WrestleMania.
So who would it be? It would be the Usos,
Cesaro, Fat Cats,
New Day,
and Matadors. Because the Matadors got a clean finish over the Usos tonight, which We can cover these 3 things in one segment here.
Yeah.
Awful finish to the New Day versus Fact Cats match when
I had to ask you what was supposed to happen.
And what he was trying to do was do like the wheelbarrow move and then somersault through and make Tyson like pancake on his face. But they got no air. They had no momentum. So it was they were kind of just like, ugh.
Yeah, it was bad.
And I'm just like, if I'm Kid, I probably kick out of that and tell him like, pick me up and do something else.
Yeah.
Like I can't get pinned from that. Like that looked fucking terrible.
It made it look, yeah, that was.
So that was terrible. And then Steve Schneider, aka Folklin, @Folklin on Twitter, is there live tonight. He tells me that there's 3 because we were a little bit behind because you were late tonight, so we DVR'd it. We're fast forwarding through it, so we were behind. But he said that these 3 matches right here had fantastic transitions, and he's like, I don't know if it's gonna play live, but it totally fucking did. It totally did. Like they did that match, and then out came the pterodactyl, Funkadactyl,
Naomi.
Yeah, with the Usos, dude.
You have it written.
I can't really read my writing.
I can read it.
Dude, Naomi is so fucking hot. I think Naomi is big time hot.
I'm not that into her personally.
I am.
I like Cameron.
You like okay? So
I like her face.
I'll take Naomi with Paige and
our original deal.
Yeah,
but you get Naomi and I'll take Cameron too.
Okay, you can't really say Naomi's name, so
I just said. What are you talking about?
You kind of botched it a little.
Naomi.
Yeah.
You didn't even remember it after you wrote it.
It's because I don't write well. But all I wrote down for this match was Naomi so hot.
And she hit her, smacked her butt.
Yeah. Her finisher is basically to rush you with her big fat ass.
I wrote Natty gets a face full of ass.
And that was fantastic.
I'd take that. I'd do that.
Dude, my buddy Giuseppe had the best fucking joke of all time a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I'm using that on Raw Talks. And he was like, ha ha ha, because he fucking texted me. But he had such a good fucking joke when they announced they were putting Rikishi in the Hall of Fame. And they show Rikishi doing the stink face. He goes, all my years growing up watching Rikishi, I never knew that's the shit I wanted girls to do to me in the future. And it's like, dude, that is so goddamn funny / true. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
So, who won this match? Naomi with the butt, face butt.
The butt face.
Yeah, butt thump. Running butt.
Butt hammer.
Butt bash.
Butt.
The Great American Butt. From there, we went to Usos versus Matadors.
And the Usos lost. That's all I had to say about this.
Yeah, dude. M1 Biggie Mac says Naomi is smoking. Josh Spears says, can we discuss Natalia's booty? Big body. He meant to say booty, but he spelled it wrong. Nocturnal says he's nervous to say who he is from Reddit. I don't really have any presence on Reddit. I don't really give a fuck who you are. Yeah. I'm glad you're here with us.
I don't know anybody personally from Reddit.
So no, I have no presence. I think I might be banned.
I just found out I was banned.
I don't really know how to use Reddit. So.
You just post shit. But
yeah, but like I think I fuck it up all the time. I like Reddit. I go there every day. I'm like red-tarded. I don't really know how to use it.
You don't have to be nervous unless you're the one who personally banned me. Even then, I wouldn't care because I just made a new account.
And because you purposely broke the rules.
Yeah.
But so then we go on to Usos versus Matadors. My first point was who cares.
All I wrote was the Usos lost. I don't even know.
My second point was why. Like I don't give a fuck about the Matadors. I don't give a fuck about the Usos. Like I wrote why because the Matadors got a clean win. Like obviously it's to try to make them seem
not a joke,
useful at all for like them being in the match at WrestleMania, which they're not. Whatever. Steve says Naomi's finisher is called the rear end. And Adam DeVries says my dick's on Reddit. That's fantastic. Is your dick on Reddit?
No, not that I know of. It could. I guess it could be, but
were you sending dictures out? Who are you sending dictures to? Rusev's butthole?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
What do you think? Nocturnal says, if Fall Out Boy's Century song isn't used at WrestleMania 31, I have to get a tattoo of Rusev kicking the Twin Towers. That is a fucking funny joke.
Oh my God.
I'm a big fan of that. First of all, I hope they didn't use that song because I'm not really a fan of it. Second of all, if you get that tattoo, I'm flying you to Chicago to be on the show. Third of all, if you came up with that bit, I just want to say, I just want to give you a salute and a Dan wave.
That's fantastic.
Because that is fucking funny.
Steve said he told his dad about us.
No, probably about Nocturnal. Cool.
Oh.
So we got Bray now. Bray's out in the ring, and he's got words for that old man Undertaker. What did he say to him?
I want to be the new face of fear. So this is what I got out of it.
Yeah.
He wants to be the new face of fear.
Uh-huh.
He says he is the new face of fear, but to really take that throne, he has to beat the Undertaker, who was the original face of fear. Pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So he calls him out. He's got the urn.
Mm-hmm.
And we were wondering what was in the urn.
Mm-hmm.
And where he even got it. But he opens it up, and he says it was empty. And then smoke starts coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the lights go out, and a chair, the rocking chair.
Okay, before you get to the end of it, I didn't like this promo at all. I thought it was super contradictory. He's talking about, I am the new face of fear. Undertaker, you're dead. Fuck you, or whatever.
Yeah.
But like he said, I'm gonna walk over your bones and all these things. He's fucking dead. Like he's talking about, I'm gonna resurrect you, and then he's like, but I'm not gonna resurrect you. I want to walk over your bones. I'm the new face of fear. You're gone. So what's the point? If you're the face of fear, just be the fucking face of fear.
I think he has to prove. I think he knows he has to prove. I think like he wants to resurrect the Undertaker just so he can beat him and prove that he is the current face.
Undertaker was beaten. He lost at WrestleMania, and he was like, I'm going to bring you back and show you your final resting place. Like, his final resting place, he's fucking, like, the dead man was, like, pronounced dead at the scene WrestleMania last year.
Yeah.
It's like a no-win situation. It's like when fucking Larry Holmes fought Muhammad Ali. Remember what he said about that after the fight? 20 years after the fucking fight. He was like, I wish I had never taken that fight. Because if I win, I beat an old man. If I lost, I was never anything. I lost to an old man. You know?
Yeah.
So this fucking Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker, to me, is Muhammad Ali versus Larry Holmes. And that's a fucking boxing reference from 1980 that a lot of people might not understand. But that's what this fight is. That's what this match is to me.
Yeah.
I don't really like it. This promo didn't land for me at all. And the other thing I took from this, like, the lights go out and Undertaker's message appears on the screen. And to me, this is the complete definition of why you cannot do Undertaker versus Sting. Like, on Monday, there's, like, the Undertaker's video will play with a message. And then on Friday, Sting's video plays with a message. They're just fucking emailing each other over this feud. You know? That's a hard feud to book unless they both come out of the shadows and are willing to have a verbal duel.
I didn't even think about that. That's like making like Jason versus Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that because
you can't have a stoic, silent powerhouse. You know, not that Sting's a powerhouse, but
I never thought about that angle.
That's hard to. That's why Jason has to have an opponent like Freddie, who can do the talking, and then Jason's talking come through physicality. You know, but that's what I get out of it.
Steve said there was no lightning bolt to the naked eye.
Of course there wasn't. That's a camera trick.
And I was wondering how they do that. So
yeah, it's a camera trick.
Maybe it was a real lightning.
From inside the building?
There's a little hole.
Josh says, bullshit. They've done that before, though. Like, what do you mean? Was he there for that?
Oh.
That time Kane caught some dude's dick on fire.
that happened?
Kane was like... And then, like, 2 seconds later, there was an explosion.
What was that?
He went like this, and that was him bringing the lightning down. And then, like, 2 seconds later, this fucking fat camera guy lit on fire. This camera dad. His whole body was on fire, but his penis probably got burned. You know what I'm saying? Steve says, I said to the dude next to me as the chair exploded, I wonder if they're going to add a lightning strike in post. Which, yeah, they did. You know?
Absolutely.
No. It was legit back in the Attitude Era because everything was legit back then. Dig it, brother. He's trying to work it.
I know.
Yeah, this promo didn't land for me at all. Was the lightning bolt cool? Yeah, but seen it 5 times before.
It's a special.
The chair on fire, was it cool? It would have been if we didn't have HD TV and there was clearly a pan underneath the chair to catch the ashes.
Suspend your disbelief, cocksucker.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not particularly interested in this. I don't think this match should be happening. I think Taker should be done. I'm not gonna. Who the fuck am I to tell Taker when he should stop?
Yeah.
But I don't have to care. Like, will this match be good? Hopefully. I can't guarantee it.
I don't know.
Lesnar versus Taker sucked. If anybody thought that was good, sorry. That's not Taker's fault. He got a concussion early in the match, but
yeah, I don't think it's going to be a great match.
Here's something I want to say that might blow up the internet real quick. A lot of people talk about Punk versus Undertaker and how good that match was. I didn't think that match was that good.
I never saw it.
Well, it was good. Taker's had better matches and Punk has had better matches. Maybe it was the best match on that card by far. I don't really remember. But I don't think that match is all it's cracked up to be. Maybe I should watch it again. Maybe I'm wrong. Josh says, let me guess, the chair was CGI too, huh? It was. You know what I'm saying? Where do we go from there? Main event time?
Main event. It was
the fucking entrances started at 10:07. Yeah. And you were like, dude, they don't have any time.
No, but the match wasn't really long.
No.
They spent all the time after the match.
They did. And Raw, they can go as long as they want.
They seem to go about 10-15 every night.
They usually go 8 to 10 over every night, but like I remember when the Rock came
went
back
15 minutes over.
Steve says he agrees with me. Trey Armstrong says he agrees with me. Josh says he agrees with me. Okay, I'm not the only one then. But there's so many people who I've seen praise that match like it's fucking 5-star match. And I don't see it. I don't remember what I was talking about. What was I saying?
The main event.
What about
the time?
Oh, I remember a couple of years ago they did a thing where like The Rock came back for his birthday and he was just in the ring talking and he had a guitar or whatever. They went to like 10:28. They went fucking long, and it was like they're not gonna cut The Rock off on his birthday. No.
Why would you cut The Rock off on his birthday?
Oh, my name is Steve, and I go to all the wrestling shows. He's fucking ripping himself. So we got Rollins and Orton versus Roman Reigns, which doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well,
who made this match?
The Authority. They wanted to
when. Unless they made it on SmackDown, and it's my fault for not watching.
I think it makes sense. It's Orton and Rollins are both in the Authority, and they don't like Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
The Authority doesn't like Roman Reigns, so they want to beat him up. So they're going to put him in a disadvantaged handicap match.
Mm-hmm.
What doesn't make sense about that?
Well, you know what? I was kind of going to bitch
They don't want him in the main. They don't want him to win at WrestleMania. So
yeah,
if they can like injure him.
I was kind of going to bitch about like, well, we didn't see the match get booked, and like there should have been like the vindictive thing about it. But then I stopped and thought like that would have been a 28-minute opener.
Yeah, and I feel
for
like
this.
You said before, or maybe not. I don't know. Like, why do we have to show everything get booked?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought about it and caught my own bullshit.
Like we don't need to see everything get booked.
No, we don't.
Sometimes matches can just get booked.
Mm-hmm.
Book it.
Agree. Steve and Josh are having like a show off over who was at the better show, which is fine. I like friendly competition. You know what I'm saying?
Go for it.
I also like bloodbath competitions. So if you guys want to murder each other,
I would love death. I want to see death live.
Either Steve or Josh is going to become murder. They're going to be murder.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's a callback to last week. This match, there was like really nothing to this match.
Not the match itself. It's really what the result of it.
Mm-hmm. What happened after that?
Well, it was
Roman gets the win.
Full face turn.
Yeah.
With Orton because he caused something to happen and Roman pinned Rollins.
Yeah.
Because Orton fucked with Rollins, and then he just beats the shit out of Seth Rollins, which was awesome. Beat him up for a long time, like for a fucking long time.
Yeah, it was a pretty gnarly beat.
He beat him up for a long time.
He threw him in the crowd. He was beating him down with a chair. Mm-hmm. He gave him the DDT on the floor, which Seth made look like $1 million goddamn dollars.
He threw
keeping his foot draped up on the barricade and kind of staying like diagonal down. It looked fucking awesome.
He threw him over the announce table into the chair.
Mm-hmm. Nocturnal Cool says, you guys must love CZW. Actually, no, I think it's garbage trash. I don't know. Like, CZW I've shown you shit of it. Like, they have the cage death match. Guys getting thrown through glass and thumbtacks and weed whackers.
Oh,
and bullshit like that. That, to me, is...
Like the match in The Wrestler. when they're stapling each other.
Yeah, but even that is super tame compared
Really?
to CZW, big time. Like CZW to me is just, it's in my opinion, it's fucking stupid. Like those guys are not getting paid a lot of money, and they're like really, really getting fucked up. It's just dumb. I don't even recommend anybody watches it. You can if you want to, but who cares? Steve says, when did the show end? Because I had no clue when it ended.
Like 10:15.
This is what happened to me the last couple times we went to Raw. Was there would be certain times where I'm like, okay, well the show is done. Like all this that's going on now is just for us.
Oh, they do
live.
dark matches.
But we went off the air after Randy RKO'd him through the table. And he kind of was doing weird stuff for a minute, and then they were just like, Orton killed him! And then they cut. And what they cut to was a promo for that new show called The Royals or whatever, with old Elizabeth Hurley, who is still stupid hot. Still stupid hot.
Yeah.
And
she's looking kind of old, though.
Oh, yeah, but she's looking good, though. She's aging like a fine wine, you know what I'm saying? But the song behind that promo was the new Kooks song called Bad Habit.
I heard you yell Kooks, and I was like, what are you talking about?
Because they use the Kooks on that new commercial, which I love. I love when the Kooks get attention because they're a great band. Everyone, go buy the Kooks' last album. It's called Listen, and it's really good. There's a track in there called Dreams. Ooh, it's going to fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? I love the Kooks. I want people to listen to the Kooks.
Kooks.
Orton finally giving
Seth's
Seth
turn.
His comeuppance was,
finally being
in my opinion, fucking awesome.
So, do they face off at WrestleMania?
Hold on. M1 Biggie Max says, imagine Orton just says he's joking next week and Rollins starts laughing and they all leave it in the press.
I love it.
That was fucking funny, dude. Orton's just like, man, you really think I'm going to RKO you through a table? Come on.
You did.
Come on. Yeah, but it was a bit. And Seth is so scared that he's going to get fucked up that he's just like, oh, yeah, I guess. Nocturnal says, does anyone notice Lawler being gone? Yeah, he's been gone for like a month.
Yeah, is he on SmackDown? Or
yeah, he was diagnosed with diverticulitis, which was the disease that fucked up Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
It's a problem with your intestines. He got moved permanently to SmackDown from what I know, and he's been replaced by Booker, which I'm not a fan of Booker on commentary, but I'm not a fan of King on commentary. So I'm not really a fan of JBL or Cole. I like JBL.
I think I prefer Booker, though.
Over King.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's just because Booker talks less and makes less sense. Like, I don't know. Like, it's fun to hear Booker say shit and he doesn't really know what he's talking about. Hashtag come on. I don't really know why I read that note. Peter Griffin-esque impression. But that's the show.
That's the whole thing. Oh, Sign of the Night. We haven't been doing Sign of the Night, but
what did you nominate for Sign of the Night? Because I already know what my nomination and winner is.
Oh, it's the same.
I don't think so. What was yours? Oh, okay. Tell them what yours was.
You pointed this out to me, but it's a fantastic. It said Chris Benoit is innocent.
Which is fantastic.
I like it just because of like how blatantly wrong it is. Like the evidence is irrefutable.
There are wrestling fan conspiracy theorists who think that Chris Benoit was murdered by Kevin Sullivan, which is the ex-husband of Benoit's wife.
Oh my god! Like so he killed his whole family.
People believe that shit. That Kevin Sullivan murdered Chris Benoit. Anyway, my Sign of the Night was Captain Insano Shows No Mercy. Which, if you don't remember who Captain Insano was,
I recognize the name.
That was Big Show's character in The Waterboy.
Oh my god! I knew. Yes.
Like Big Show was in The Waterboy when he was like 24, and he was Captain Insano, and fucking Adam Sandler was like Captain Insano. Remember he power bombs that guy on the football field. Everything he did was a wrestling move. Oh man,
pokes him in the eyes.
Yeah.
Steve said that one sign that wasn't on TV says Kane shaves his legs.
That's a fantastic sign. That's a great one. And if anyone can get, I'm looking at you, Nocturnal Cool. If you can get a sign into a show that is a good drawing of Giant Rusev kicking the Twin Towers, I will. What am I gonna do? I don't know. That'd be cool.
You'll give him.
Don't be giving my shit away.
I'm trying to find. I'll give you the best of Sam Cooke.
I love that CD. That's a great CD, dude. Hold on.
I'm just
Give
kidding.
me that
That's
shit.
not true.
Track 1, You
Oh,
Send
it's
Me. Track 2,
fantastic.
Only 16. Track 8, Cupid. Dude, track 12, Bring It Out Home to Me. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody getting my Sam Cooke CD. You know what I'm saying? Captain Insano, Shows No Mercy. Chris Benoit is Innocent. Culture Personality says Sullivan did it. I think this is a really good Raw Talks. We went a little shorter than we went last week. Last week we went like 1:15. You know what I mean?
Did we?
Yeah.
I thought we hit it right around an hour.
I think we went 1:15. Either way,
Whatever.
I want to say to the Dandans, thank you very much for coming out. Nocturnal Cool, you were a new face. I hope you're here with us next week.
I think we had a few new faces.
Click that. Yeah, Josh showed up, a.k.a. KVE. Click that subscribe button. The 616 Entertainment Podcast goes up every Wednesday. We're going to do a whole new gaming podcast called What Game Are You Gaming? I don't know when that's going to happen or how often. Maybe once a month. It doesn't need to be that often.
No.
This show goes live every Monday after Raw. We're getting the fuck out of here.
Hey, Mike, make sure everyone has brown gloves. Does everyone have brown gloves? Dude.